Hello everyone and welcome back to No Man's Land. It's an exciting day and we're going to get started by selling immediately. So let's get this sold. Always good money coming from the milk. Perfect. Now you'll notice the bank balance is low. There's a reason for that. But before I tell you about it, let's just pay our finance payment for today. Now, just leave him here for a moment. And let's run over here where you will see that the woodcutter has finished his job, and so I've now given him his 32,000. Look at this. We've now got a house for our worker. Awesome. They've got their own area for cooking and everything. This is really, really good. That worker is now going to work twice as hard for us, I'm sure. And you can see here, the corn is ready, and I found some mods. So the 4 mods I found are these. That one is very nice, but it's very expensive. However, we've got these. These two are basically the same, but these look very, very nice. So I'm kind of leaning towards the New Holland. This one should probably be second hand. We're not going to put GPS on, so let's lease that. So that is the S2200. We are going to need for it a forage harvester header, and for the S2200 we've got this guy here. So we've got one specifically for Triticale, it says, but it's actually for all of them. We've got a pickup, and that's the one for corn. So let's lease that. No, that should be second hand as well. So 326. Now, because we've borrowed, even though we've leased them, because they're second hand, we are actually going to have to repair. Because otherwise, we're going to find. That's a little noisy. I'm going to have to adjust that in editing. Otherwise, what we're going to find is that it's just not getting us as good a yield as it should do. So we'll take these into here. And I'm very, very glad I found these. All of these I've downloaded are from King Mods, which I don't use that often, but I don't think I saved any money there. Yeah, it's they're all from King Mods, which I don't use very often, but these caught my eye, and I think they're going to be a good way of doing this. First off, though, I noticed a hitch on the back. I do not know if that's working or if it's just part of the model, so I want to see if we can attach to the trailer. And the trailer I have reconfigured, but honestly I didn't do anything. It cost me 0 to increase the capacity. So that's absolutely amazing. Right, this is not my FPS, that's actually the wheels from behind look a bit funky. Not quite sure why. So we'll just leave him there. Unhitch you. Just move you out of the way. And let's test this. Obviously we can put it onto the tractor if needed, but it's just a little bit easier if it can attach to this. It can. Ooh, this is exciting. Right. So, I need to unfold, I guess. No, but I need to put the pipe out. Okay, here we go. And turn you on. And the front one, I need to lower. And now, we are making maize silage. Hang on. Let's just pop out a second. This nonsense here again. I click save as map default and it just does nothing. So there we go. We are now making ourselves some maize silage. And we're getting 20 tons per hectare here. That's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. In fact, we're filling up rather quickly, which is also really, really good. So I am, of course, going to actually need to take a screenshot of this. In fact, I will do it now very quickly. So I'll see you in a second. Right, took the screenshot. We're going to do a fair bit of this in a talking sort of capacity. Admittedly, this would be an awesome job for a time-lapse, for a live stream, but I don't really have time for a live stream. Not this week, unfortunately. Next week I will. It's a shame, but I suppose that's just the way it works. But I'm very, very happy with how we're doing here. I know that this trailer is 18,100 litre capacity. Pretty sure it is, isn't it? So what we've got in here is a rather good chunk. That means we've got about 9,000 litres just from two very small sections. This is making me think that we shouldn't have done soybeans, we should have done corn in the other field. Admittedly, we would need a much bigger machine for that, but maybe with the profit we make from this, we can afford to lease something bigger. We can't afford to buy anything. I mean, those forage harvesters are about 300, 400,000, and then the header's another 60 odd thousand. So we can't really afford to buy it, but we could lease it. That would not be a problem. I'm going to take a slightly odd turning manoeuvre here. But this is great. We are going to have to use the trailer to get it back. Sorry, the tractor, I think, to get it into the pit. I'm just wondering if we can use the loading wagon, because the loading wagon... Oh, but the loading wagon probably won't hitch onto this, that's the only thing. Don't know. This is just a little bit more awkward to obviously reverse into the pit. This is better, this kind of trailer is better for a drive-through pit, and because I like pits with back walls, I put in one with a back wall. Yeah. Now I'm starting to regret every decision I've made in the last few episodes. Great, isn't it? Right. Let's turn him off. And we will take him back. You know what, I'm going to give it a go, reversing it in with this guy. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done. So that's the only thing I'm noticing with this mod then, is the slightly weird wheel movement. But apart from that, it is pretty cool. So spinning. Oh, and I'm not going to get a chance to do it today, because this episode is going to be pretty much... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, this guy has got an awesome turning circle, it appears. Yeah, this episode is going to be pretty much all about the silage harvest, but the soybeans do need to be weeded. This is tricky, but it's doable. Now that, if I look, you'll see it says we've got nothing in here. So I'm hoping we can tip this without a problem. We can't if we do that. There we go, so there's our fresh maize going in. Ignore that bling. I'm not sure if you will have heard that, but if you did, don't worry. Just because I was actually preparing the video that will be released on Wednesday. I know that sounds slightly odd because this video is going to be released on Friday, but today is actually Tuesday, so yeah, the video for Wednesday is just being, I was finishing editing it. Right, now what is the best way of doing this? It's a rather large job, so time-lapse is not going to be that helpful, especially with me having to mess around with the camera angles for the purposes of reversing. Perhaps if I do a time-lapse with none of the emptying included, maybe that's the best way of doing this. So, okay. In that case, what I will do is I will just set myself up for a time-lapse, and there we go. See you in a second.
Feeling in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right, and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. Things turn around, didn't ever think they could. I'm done with the bad, I need a little bit of good. Settled in the world, like everything is new. Stepped on a path that led me straight to you. I was down, but things are looking up. By surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
Okay, we are almost done, and as you will have noticed, we've got quite a lot out of this field. That time lapse was not as smooth as my usual time lapses, I'll be honest. Mainly because there were a couple of things I had to do in between, rather annoyingly. But yeah, this has yielded incredibly well, especially as it's only first stage fertilised. If this were second stage, we would have been in for some good money. Is it 1 or 2? I don't remember. 2, yeah. So yeah, we would have been in for some even better money. And I did put the little John Deere over there, the worker, who now obviously has their own house, very happy they are. And Yoda is here apparently. The worker is weeding that field because it needed to be done, and I didn't want to leave it too long in case the weeds grew. Because once they're past a certain size, the weeder will no longer work on them. So I thought it was good to just get that guy going. We weren't using him, he was just sat there doing nothing, so it makes sense really. And then this is it. And it will finally be time for you guys to see exactly how much we have made. So I'm not going to actually put the menu up so that you can't see. I'm just going to dump this. As you can see, this looks like a lot more than we had in grass silage in here previously. That little glitch at the back, I cannot fix that. I don't know why. It's really annoying. But there we go. Here we go. No. Come on. So, get it all tipped in. As you noticed as well, I obviously swapped to this guy. He does have a much larger capacity, which it makes life easier. So, park him here. I have to say, although the header is small, I have thoroughly enjoyed using this, and I do think the model itself is awesome. It's really nice. So let's turn him off, because obviously I get charged for motor hours. And let's see how much we've got in here. Are you ready? Are you ready? 141,000 litres. Now, just to give you an idea, do not reset. If I go into, I believe, if I go into here, I should find maize silage, I believe. Here we go. Chopped maize fermented. Price unit. Put the price unit in litres, just for the purposes of this. Now I should find in here maize silage. 0.16 per litre. And we've got 141,000, so that is about 22,500. And obviously I don't really want to give any of that to the cows, because we can just make them grass silage. Seems like a waste. But that is pretty awesome. So let me flick that back now. Reset them back, there we go. Let me just check that this is still on 3. It is, good. Okay, so cows. They're doing well. They're going to need some water at some point. So this field is now ready to be ploughed. That field is growing nicely and has had all the weeds taken out of it. That John Deere is about to finish. Okay, so this needs to be ploughed. Ploughing, ploughing, ploughing. Not the most exciting job in the world. I'll be honest. These soybeans are coming along nicely. I'm kind of half tempted to actually do some grass work, But then, what do I do with the grass is the question. And we don't have much money. Which means I must have just gone over... Yes, I did. I just went over an hour. That's rather annoying. Well, if I pick up the grass... Even if I lease a different header and pick up the grass, that will then be a different type of silage, so that's no good. So, actually... Yeah, actually this guy is completely finished with for today. We'll return him. He's done me well. I think what I'm going to do is... I'm going to have to leave it here. I don't really want to. I've got a feeling it's going to be a very, very short episode. But there's nothing really to do today. I can't think of anything else for us to do. Maybe some wood cutting, but we do so much wood cutting. Admittedly, this is no man's land where you're supposed to do a lot of wood cutting. What we could do, because I'm not planning on putting any buildings in for a little while, let me just get this guy sorted out first, actually. Yes, yes, yes. Stop you. Thank you. Right, I'll just park him up over there. Or off the field, at least. Good. There we go. I think I will actually mark out another field. I do not yet know what I'll put in it, but we may as well. If we've got to do some sort of cultivating, subsoiling job, we may as well do it where we're marking out a field. And we've got all that space over there to do it with. I did want to put a chicken pen in, I wanted to put some other stuff as well, but of course money is an object. This is not a money is no object series, so maybe that's what we should do. So, that means I will... Oh, almost made me feel sick then. I will grab this guy. We'll just we're going to swing around here. No, we will not. Because that did not go as planned. Yep, so we'll just we'll hook up. Hook up? No, we'll drop off. Talking rubbish. Let's grab the cultivator. Cultivator means that the field will need to be ploughed, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that because I can plough at another time. This is more important. Better to do this with a rather large piece of machinery so that I can make sure I'm doing it properly. Obviously I've got to stay away from the cows. I also need to stay kind of away from here. How far in can we go? Quite far. So I think we can maybe go a little bit more. I don't want to go right up to the field boundary, so I'd say that's probably good. Right, to create fields, drop him down, and just need to try and maintain 0 degrees. There we go. Around about north, basically. This is much easier when you've got GPS. And this is actually going to be a much bigger field than I was expecting it to be, now that I'm looking at it. Yes, quite a large field. Well, that's good. Maybe... oh, I don't know. Don't really know what to do with it. I'm not sure what we could do with this field, but sure we'll think of something. We need to put sheds up, but sheds require money. And I know that I am also ripping down areas here that I haven't mowed. And that may seem like a waste because, well, there's grass here that could be used. But at the same time, I don't have anywhere to put the grass. I could have used it for hay, but then that's a whole episode's worth of work there, and I don't want to do that. This is just meant to be a little mini job at the end of the main job. Admittedly, it's quite a large one. That tree is going to have to be cut down. Okay. Don't want to get too close to the edges of stuff. I mean, originally I thought this would be a small field. It's turning out to be a monstrosity. That is definitely far enough because I need room to be able to get the machines in and out of the cow shed. And I want a bit of space next to the cow pen itself. Ooh, that's actually much closer than I thought it was going to be. So we'll just get this marked out, and then I'll probably just do a little quick time lapse of getting the field. Whoa! I did not know that was like that. That was a bit of a bump. May have to go and edit the terrain there very quickly to stop that from happening again. Okay, so that is it marked out. Let's just have a look on the map, how big that is. Oh wow, that's about the same size as this. Okay. Right, I am gonna just quickly try and flatten that terrain. You can see the bump here. Yeah, that is awful. That's going to make life impossible. Right, yeah, I'll try and fix that. That's obviously where I had the cow pen, the first one. Yeah, be back in a minute with a bit of a time lapse, I think. Right, I've smoothed it out, and I was just about to start a time lapse, and I realised this is a massive job. This is something that really I need to leave for next episode. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to carry on with it. I'm going to leave it for next time because this is just too big. What I will do, however, is off camera I will get all of that maize silage compacted and covered over, and then we can start making some money. The trees that are currently just dotted randomly around the middle of the field, like this one right here that I'm about to take down, I will take them down. I'm just going to complete this second headland, and then I'll move on to compacting. So, thank you very, very much for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.